this is the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Hey, what's happening guys, this is Tito back with another video, and today in this video I'm gonna be reviewing this device after using it for 8 months. And I'm gonna be talking about, is it still worth it with the competition of the devices like Realme 2 Pro and stuff? So let's just talk about it. First of all, keep it in mind guys, this video is coming from a guy who has been a customer user in the past, and even if you are a MIUI user in the past, this Redmi Note 5 Pro is gonna give you a good experience. And I have to say, this is again one of the best options you will get under 15,000 rupees. This is the 4GB 64GB variant, by the way. So first of all, let's start off this video with the cons. Like, what are the problems that I have faced while using this device for this long time? First thing that I'll talk about is the fingerprint scanner. Well, why? What's the issue? The fingerprint scanner just unlocks fine. As you can see, it just unlocks the phone fine. So what is this issue regarding the fingerprint scanner? Well, if you have a little bit of dirt in your finger, or if you have a little bit of water in your finger, this device is not gonna unlock pretty much. So it's gonna say the fingerprint scanner, like, tap it again and your finger is dirty and stuff. So it's gonna keep saying that. So that is kind of an annoying thing. If you use it for daily driving, you'll definitely gonna notice it. But what I have to say about this is the fingerprint scanner used on this device might be a great one. It's pretty fast, but still it's not on par even on my Redmi Note 3, because on that, with water, some little bit of water or even dirt, the fingerprint scanner does work and it unlocks the device on the Redmi Note 3. But on the Redmi Note 5 Pro, it simply doesn't, it just denies. So that is a bug or con you can call. So it is a hardware issue, I guess, because while this long time of usage, some issues were fixed with the software updates, and one of them was the headphone jack bug. Well, what's the bug with the headphone jack? If you haven't checked that video, I'll link it in the card right here. But the bug was, if you connect a lav mic like this one with the headphone jack, and if you just try to record the audio with any audio recorder app, even the stock audio recorder app, it used to like do a cut between, like, when there is noise, it's gonna be like totally silent, and whenever you talk, it's just gonna sound like robotic kinda, and it's gonna like sound a little bit choppy. So that was annoying, like really annoying for me. As a content creator, I need the lav mic to be working on my phone. So that was a bug if I was using it like with the Redmi Note 3 all time. But right now I'm using it with the DSLR. But I used to record the voiceovers with the audio recorder app from Sony, so I had to use the lav mic on this one, but I simply couldn't. But this issue luckily got fixed with software update. So huge thanks to Xiaomi for doing this, and I even went to the service center regarding this issue. So it was fixed almost 1 or 2 months after when I went to the service center. So that's cool. Thanks Xiaomi. Right now it's fixed. No issues regarding the headphone jack. The sound output via the headphone jack is amazingly amazing. The audio recording and stuff is pretty awesome too. So you don't need to worry about anything regarding the headphone jack right now. The next thing which I'm gonna talk about, this is just my unit, or it's just my usage in my opinion, and that is the volume up button, which is simply not working with like simply pressing it. You have to press it harder if you want to get it to be working. Let me just show you. Here is the volume button and I am pressing it. As you can see, there is no volume sign over here. So if I press it harder, right now it's there. Otherwise, if I press it like these buttons, like the volume down button, as you can see, it works again. But if I press the volume up button lightly, it won't work. You have to press it harder. So yeah, this is kind of thing which is annoying while day-to-day usage again, but this happened recently. So this is totally like my unit, or even you can call it like my usage, because we as a customer user do boot into TWRP recovery with the volume up and power button. Maybe because of that, somehow the volume up button a little bit broke. So can't call it a really bad build quality issue, but the overall build quality on this device is pretty fine. The phone feels super solid in the hand and everything is fine. The metallic back is a little bit like smooth, so whenever you hold it, it tends to be a little bit slippery. Happened in the past with Xiaomi devices and again happening here too, but it's a lot lesser. Like if you hold it like this, you won't like slip the phone as easily as it used to do with the Redmi Note 3 or even Redmi 4 or devices like that. And the matte black color is pretty cool in my opinion, and I just went with it because I like matte black, of course. And on this device you do get a IR blaster on top, which is good enough, and this metallic back does give kind of a matte finish to it, and it does have like a little bit of smudges sometimes, so I don't have really a big issue about it, but I'm just telling you. And both the top parts of this device are plastic. Xiaomi could have did kind of a like metallic design maybe with the antenna bands, but that is how it is. And I don't have any kind of scratches on this device as of now because I have been using it with the case provided in the box, and in my opinion they did a really good job in terms of the build quality of this device. It feels really solid in the hand. When you hold it, the device does feel really good in the hand, and it's pretty slim too. And the camera bump, it's not a huge issue if you use the phone with a case like the default case which comes in the box. The camera hump is not a huge issue. And one disappointing thing again, the micro USB. Like, why micro USB? Xiaomi should have went with a USB Type-C at least, but even Redmi Note 6 Pro is out in Dubai and stuff, but still there is no USB Type-C. Really disappointing, but we can't help it, it's typical Xiaomi. That is one disappointment, but I like the thing that it has a headphone jack. And the speaker output. The phone speaker output is like, whenever you switch from a 3 or like 2-year-old phone to this phone, you're gonna definitely notice the speaker output because it's really loud. And even like while watching videos and stuff, if you watch it in full volume, this bottom part of the phone does get a little bit like vibration, so you're gonna definitely notice it, and this is a really good thing. While you are in a crowded place, you can definitely watch a video without even plugging in your headphones, so that's a great thing. The speaker output over here on the Redmi Note 5 Pro is just great. I don't have any kind of complaints regarding that. And now let's talk about the call quality and stuff. Well, I faced some kind of issues regarding call quality, but other than that, the call quality is fine. And while day-to-day calling and stuff, while VoLTE calling, you won't be having any issues. The call quality is pretty good, but my problem is sometimes I do face it like till now. I went to the service center with this problem again with the headphone jack problem, but they said it got fixed, but somehow it never did. And it like the problem really appears sometimes. Like recently I have seen the problem is not there, but sometimes it does appear. Like whenever I am like receiving a call or calling someone while I am on the bed, I have to like place the phone like this. So if the phone almost lied on the head, like over here, like how can I explain it? If the phone lies like this in your ear, the mic somehow gets blocked or something, so the other party can't simply hear it. So I have to like do this in the bed and then talk. Otherwise, if the phone is like this, the other party can't simply hear my voice. I tried it doing like this, but still, even if the mic is here, the primary mic is here, it won't catch my voice somehow. So that is a kind of bug which is still there, and I think this is kind of disappointing, but yeah, it's pretty usable. Now let's talk about the cameras, shall we? Well, the cameras on this device is amazing, and even if you use MIUI, you're gonna notice that these cameras on the Redmi Note 5 Pro has been one of the best cameras in the past, and you won't get a good or better experience than any Redmi lineup in the past. So in my opinion, the cameras on this device, even the front camera and the two rear cameras, both are really awesome. But if you are using this device with a custom ROM, I would definitely recommend you going with the Liquid Remix Android Pie ROM. You can check out the video from the cards again. And I have to say, while you use Google camera on this device, this just becomes a lit kind of experience, like literally. The pictures you take with the official MIUI camera is like nowhere close to the Google camera results. Google camera does work on this device and it gives a lot better experience with day-to-day usage. Whenever you use Google camera on this device, I'm pretty much saying this, that you're gonna take like 20 times more pictures than you do with these cameras. Only one problem that I have with the cameras, I would say, officially on MIUI, this camera module still does not support 4K. Like even the Redmi Note 5, which is the Vince, does support 4K in MIUI camera. But over here, officially, this does not support 4K. Why? I don't know. It's typical Xiaomi again, and the Redmi Note 5 Pro does not. I don't know, man. Why would they do that? But still, there is no 4K support for the Redmi Note 5 Pro even now. So, but unofficially you can do it with any camera app, like any kind of third-party camera app, but officially it's not there. And regarding the video stabilization, if you are like a person who wants to shoot videos, just videos on a phone, and if you want to use it for vlogging and stuff, you can definitely do it on this phone, because EIS, or the electronic image stabilization, on this phone on the front camera and even the rear camera is really good. And one really good thing about the Redmi Note 5 Pro is it is running the Android Pie pretty fine. Like there is no issues that I have faced. The app open up speeds, the RAM management, all the things are working super fine. Huge thanks to the developers. Android Pie for Redmi Note 5 Pro is just awesome. You have to see it in front of your eyes that how smooth it runs on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Yes, I did couple of videos on the Redmi Note 5 Pro running Android Pie. You can check all the lists from here on the card again, but in my opinion, this device is running Android Pie pretty smooth. The app open up speeds are buttery smooth. The animations and the RAM management and stuff is really good. You don't have any kind of issues regarding these kind of stuff. And in terms of day-to-day performance or even the gaming performance, in my opinion, in terms of day-to-day usage, if you're coming from a device like the Redmi Note 3, or which had a processor which is like 2 years or 3 years or even 4 years old, you're definitely gonna notice a huge performance bump. The Antutu score for this device is like 1,15,000 maybe, but I don't trust these scores. So in my opinion, the Snapdragon 636 is a lot better than the Snapdragon 650. And in terms of gaming performance, I would say while playing PUBG, I have seen the phone like does drop a little bit of frames, just a little bit. You can't play it with the Ultra HD or whatever settings, the max settings, like the OnePlus devices or even any kind of Snapdragon 845 or 835 devices. But still, the performance of the games are really good, and you won't find you won't find any kind of lags or even huge stutters on this device. And if you're a heavy gamer, I would say if you play PUBG all day long, this device is definitely gonna last you 5 hours, maybe 4 to 5 hours. So no issues regarding the gameplays and stuff. So now let's talk about the Wi-Fi and stuff. This again depends on which UI you are using. If you are using MIUI, you're gonna get simply better radio stuff like Wi-Fi signals, the SIM signals, and every signal like Bluetooth and stuff is gonna extend a little bit far if you're using MIUI. But if you switch to custom ROMs, it's gonna be a little bit lesser, just a little bit. You won't even notice it maybe right now,
and I have seen the Wi-Fi signal improvements on the past with custom ROMs. So right now it's pretty much really close with MIUI, and you're gonna get pretty good signals over Wi-Fi and stuff. 2.4 and 5 GHz both Wi-Fi bands are there. You can turn on hotspot of 2.4 and 5 GHz both, or you can connect to Wi-Fi devices which has 2.4 or 5 GHz. I'm gonna talk about one issue that everybody faces while being a custom ROM user. This is the most hilarious experience you're gonna get if you buy any kind of Xiaomi device. So once you buy the device, you can't really go ahead and unlock the device. This is one's most annoying bug of Xiaomi. So what you have to do right now, Xiaomi just comes up with really annoying problems while you are unlocking the device, and it has been in the past and it's gonna be there for the future, I think so. I faced some 86006 error while unlocking. Again, if you haven't checked that video, check it out from here. I did do kind of a rant video on that, but right now it's the 360 hour or 720 hour kind of error which you're gonna get while unlocking the bootloader after you bought the device. So Xiaomi will be just keep coming at you with these kind of things. Just don't worry, just keep patience and unlock the device officially. Do not unlock it unofficially. Even if it's a hassle, it's simply not worth it in my opinion, because you're gonna face a lot of problems while flashing custom ROMs. You might get into boot loop and stuff, and most of the things used to do not work, because I have seen it with the Redmi Note 3, a lot of guys complaining who have unlocked the bootloader unofficially. So just unlock the device officially and use any kind of custom ROM you wanna use on this device. That is a simply different and a whole lot better thing in my opinion. So that is that. And now let's talk about the battery life. How is it holding up? Well, earlier with MIUI I used to get 8 to 9 hours of screen on time again, which is really good for one day of usage. And I have to say the battery life, with the 4000 mAh battery on this device, the battery life have been really good, no complaints regarding it. And even with custom ROMs, if you use custom ROMs again, this device is gonna definitely last you a full working day or even more than that. Pretty sure. You're gonna get 8 to 9 hours of screen on time again with any kind of ROM. Most ROMs I have tested did give me some 7+ hours of screen on time, which is really good, pretty much livable. So now let's talk why you would need to go with this Redmi Note 5 Pro. Well, when there are options like Zenfone Max Pro M1, when there are options like Realme 2 Pro, why would someone go with the Redmi Note 5 Pro? The pricing. In terms of pricing, in my opinion, the Zenfone Max Pro is a lot more better value if you are going with a device like this, because it does have the same SoC like the 636, the Snapdragon 636, and it has got a bigger battery like the 5000 mAh battery. If your budget is capped under 11,000 rupees, I would still recommend you going with the Zenfone Max Pro M1, which is a really good device. I did suggest my friends to buy it, so pretty much that is a better value for money or better value for your bucks if you are going with a device under 11,000 rupees. On the last Flipkart sales, this Redmi Note 5 Pro have been going in sale for 13,000 rupees, and for that money I have to say Redmi Note 5 Pro offers a great value for that price point. But let me explain why you should not go with the Realme 2 Pro, which does offer a Snapdragon 660, which is a lot more good CPU than the 636 of the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So why you should not go with Realme 2 Pro instead? It is 13,500 I guess, or even 900. I can't recall the price correctly, but why you should not go with the Realme 2 Pro? Well, it depends on your usage. If you have been an Oppo user in the past and you are going to be using the same kind of UI, you should definitely go with the Realme 2 Pro instead, because in my opinion the UI matters. If you have been a general user, you can just go with the Realme 2 Pro instead of the Redmi Note 5 Pro. That device will be offering a lot better value. But here is the twist. If you are a custom ROM user again like me, you should not go with the Realme 2 Pro. I think, as far as I know, there is no option to even unlock the bootloader of the Realme 2 Pro. So why would you go with a device where you can't even unlock the bootloader? Or even if you do, there will be a lot less custom ROM development for those kind of devices. And I'm guaranteeing this pretty much that no other device in this price segment has as much as ROM development as there is for the Redmi Note 5 Pro. The Redmi Note 5 Pro has the most variety of custom ROM development, which is again a third-party development, not official, but again check XDA maybe with all the phones like the Zenfone Max Pro, like the Realme 2 Pro, even you can check it. But the Redmi Note 5 Pro will be having the best and the most numbers of custom ROMs, and this unofficial development is going to be amazing, and it's still amazing. Like right now I am using a Liquid Remix ROM as my daily driver. As you can see, this is based on Android Pie, so everything feels snappy enough, everything just works super fine. And why I use custom ROM, if you ask me, well, these kind of features, like I don't even look at the phone and I just turn on the torch and I just unlock the device, and I can increase the brightness just like this or like decrease it. These kind of features are not there in MIUI, so that is why I love custom ROMs and I love the stock Androidish experience. So if you're a MIUI user, again you can go with that. MIUI runs super fine. It did receive quite a few updates for the Redmi Note 5 Pro, and the MIUI builds right now, the MIUI 10 and the MIUI 10 Beta, are pretty stable enough as of now, so you can definitely go with those ones. So that is pretty much it. That is all I wanted to talk to you guys about this phone. Let me know what do you think about this video. Comment down below if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. We are really close to hit 10k subscribers mark. Do it, guys. So that is pretty much it. This is Tito from Carry and Tech signing off for today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.